All right, question number 12 says, the table shows the number of cartons of milk the school cafeteria sold each day last week. Which of these is the best estimate of the number of cartons of milk the cafeteria sold last week? Okay, so I have a chart. I'm not going to circle the whole thing. So let's just look at the question right now. Which of these is the best estimate of the number of cartons of milk the cafeteria sold last week? Well, guys, I see the word estimate, which means I'm rounding. And an estimate of the number of cartons that they sold last week, that would include all of them, which means I'm finding a total and I'm going to be adding them up. But I'm going to round them first and then I will add them up because that's going to be so much easier. And one thing I notice is that, do you see a lot of my answer choices, how they have 2 zeros on them? That indicates I'm rounding to the hundreds place because the number 100 has 2 zeros. So I'm going to round to the nearest 100. So let's look. I have a lot of numbers in the 300s and 400s, so I think I can just make 2 number lines and round that way. I'm going to make one number line that goes from 300 to 400, and then I'm going to make another one that goes from 400 to 500, and I think all my numbers will fit between those. Alright, so my halfway point on this one would be 350, and my halfway on this would be 450. So let's plot our first number on the number line, which is 352. Well, 352 would go a little bit above this line, so it's going to round, it's going to be about 400. Okay, 426 would go below, between the 400 and the 450. So that means it's going to bump down, and we're going to say it's about 400 also. 449, it almost made it to the middle, but it is still below, so it's going to drop down to 400 also. It's all going to round to 400. That would be weird. Okay, 373 is above the 350 mark, somewhere here. And so that means it bumps to 400 also. What? All right, 402, that's almost at 400. And so that one's going to round to 400. That's crazy. Okay, so that would be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I know that when I add 4 5 times, I get 20. So my answer on this one should be 2,000. Because that would be, let's see, 0, let me make sure, 0, 0, and then 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Yep, 2,000.